Test, test, test. Hi, Laura. Let me know if we're working better now. That was so weird. Hi, Just. Hi, Vera. Hi, Stella. I think we're good this time. Hi, Tracy. I agree. I've never had that happen. That was so weird. I was like, this isn't going to get fixed unless we start over. And that seemed to fix it. But somebody warned me earlier that YouTube's been screwed up all day. So I was kind of worried about going live tonight. Sorry about that, guys. That's a real pain. It also messed up all the links I put out. So now that link's not going to work. Oh, I'm so irritated. That was so weird, though, because I would talk and it would just keep doing it over and over. I've never had that happen. That was so weird. Bossy, how you doing? Let me just fix that other one so people know it's the same live. You think you have this all set up and then that happens. Hi, Aaron. Sorry, guys. I was just typing to make sure the other one will get seen. Still no camera yet. I got a new one coming. Here I switched the whole router and everything, and it was never that. It was the camera that I dropped. So hopefully the new one will be here Monday. Oh, no, you're moving again. We moved a lot back when hubby was at the height of his career. We moved every 5 years. 2 times in a year, I couldn't do that, but we had kids. Let me know why we're waiting for more to get here, what you guys want to start with tonight. Let me get the link in case anybody wants to come on the mic. Oh, thank you, Just Saying. You're so sweet. Yes, please hit the like button because I was already getting hit by, let's just say people that don't like me were already hitting dislike on my other live link. So, yeah. Oh, is it Jose and Journeys? Let me get you on here. Hi, Amanda. Happy Catterday. Look at the puppy.
Everybody loves a puppy.
Heck yes, we do.
It's my sister's.
So cute. Adorable.
She just got it today.
Oh, well, he's doing pretty good. Is it a he? Looks like
It's
a
a
boy.
she.
Girl, I was waiting.
Yeah, my name is Jose. I'm switching the camera around.
You go right ahead.
I
How
saw
you
you were
doing?
live, so I just wanted to say hi and meet new people.
I'm trying to figure out where we're going to start today. I think you've been on live with us before, haven't you?
I think it was through the
Petito
Gabby Petito.
case?
Gabby. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought I remembered you.
yeah.
Can't wait to see Kay's kitty cat someday. Oh, okay.
This dog's a little playful.
He's awful cute.
Yeah, what I was told, it's a boxer pit. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not.
Erin, she was camping with her cell phone. I was worried about her.
So, what case are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about the Petito lawsuit that just got filed. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah, I heard about that.
we're going to talk about the Summer Wells case. Might talk
Uh,
about some YouTube shenanigans.
how about the Jesse?
Which one, Jesse?
The one that's I'm not suicidal.
I Oh, Jesse Smollett.
Yeah. Oh, damn dog.
I'm not
It
so
likes to
into that,
bite.
but you guys. So what? You guys all want to start with Candus first and her weird videos?
Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna hop down and type in the chat.
All right. Thanks for letting us see the puppy.
You're welcome.
Hey, Fire. Maybe we should start there because I got a lot of thoughts about that too. I don't usually like to talk about that too much, just because I just don't invite that kind of crap in my life. But I've been kind of disappointed lately because I feel like, um, and I'm just going to tell it like it is. I feel like at this point, people are inviting it in. So if you invite it in, that's what you're going to get. And I know that's not the popular opinion, but that's how I am. You guys know I'm just going to tell you how I feel. I feel like if you keep poking the bear comes back. Let me know what you guys think. I was all for icing them out, blacking them out, and not giving them any content. And yeah, that's how I feel, Vera. Yeah, I want to wait a little bit to talk about the Petito thing because I know Irish wanted to come in to have some things to say and CJ, so we'll give him some time to get here. Yeah, I'm over it too, Amanda. It's gone on too long. It's boring. I'm over it. It needs to be done. And the only way to do that is just black it out, ignore it, and then what content do they have? And I was kind of disappointed when, and I wish she was here, T-Spiracy. This is why I wanted all of us content creators to get together and talk about this, but I could never get everybody on the same page. And then I got called a gatekeeper, yada, yada. But I was kind of disappointed when she was like, at first she was like, yeah, let's black him out. And then she was like, no, I'm not going to because that doesn't work. And then it was, well, I'm not going to get a restraining order because then I can't talk about him. So if that's what it is, if you want the views and the drama from it, that's fine, but just be honest about it. Yes, Aaron. And that's why I try not to talk about it too much because I don't want to add to it. And I don't want that stuff in my life. I know it's just, I don't want it. It's too much. It's too toxic. It's too dark. I just, no, not for me. Oh, thank you, Bossy. Yeah, we'll wait a little bit because I know Irish and CJ had a lot they wanted to talk about with that. So we'll start with other stuff. Well, thank you, Fire. I was afraid a lot of people would disagree with me, but it seems like you guys aren't. I think people are tired of it. It's old, tired content to me. It's like, who even cares anymore? I know. I feel the same way, Bossy. Anytime I try to bring people together to make things better, then I get called the gatekeeper. And it's always, well, you can't be the gatekeeper of YouTube. That's not what I was trying to do. I was just trying to get, one, I thought it would be tons of fun to get all of us from the same community on a panel. I thought it'd be fun. Me, T-Spiracy, Aaron, Charlotte, LB. How much fun would that be? And we don't all get along, but I thought we're all adults, right? We can all get on a panel and talk like adults. And I thought it would be great. But other people did not like my idea. So it didn't happen. See, that's what I think, Fire. It's going too far is what it is, going way too far. Let me know. Hey, Chris, what did you think was a great idea? Let me know. Yeah, like a town hall meeting where we could all get together and decide we're not going to let these people come in and do this. Erin said she was open to it, and T-Spiracy said she was open to it, but then I couldn't get anybody to agree on a day and time. I didn't hear back from Charlotte or LB. I'm trying to think who else. But my other thing is this. I don't know if y'all have noticed, and I'm sure you have because you guys are smart people. All of these people that come in like this follow the same pattern, right? They want to infiltrate this community. Why? To get subs and views. So the way they do it is they start out by not liking Katie Joy, and then that gets them a foot in the door. And then they get in and they tell people what they want to hear about Katie, and then it goes off from there. I think so too, Pork Chop. I think it would have been, I think we could have, healed some old wounds, got together and thought of some great new ideas. Well, thank you, Fire. I appreciate that. Maybe it'll still happen. I'm still open to it. Yeah, I get it. Well, she said she can't do weekends. She can only do weeknights. See, I don't hardly do any KJ content anymore because it got rinse and repeat, right? It's just the same thing over and over. Hi, Valerie. We were talking about the whole, I don't even like to say the name because I don't want to give them that much credit or attention. If you scroll back, you'll see. And like I said, I don't have anything against T-Spiracy either, but at this point, if you're inviting it in, then this is what you get. I'm a big believer in keeping toxic things away from yourself. You guys know, like even back when the stuff with KJ was getting so toxic, and I was worried about some of my subs because I could see they were letting this stuff stress them out. And I was like, don't let this stuff infiltrate your real life because you don't need that toxicity. You don't need it. Yeah, and I hate it for the subs because I've always said this too. Most of our subs cross over back and forth. So there's that. And then I feel like some people are putting their subs at risk by encouraging this drama and the darkness because then their subs get in and they don't even mean to. They're just commenting and their comment gets put out there. It's just a whole mess. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. Valerie, I'm so over it. I know she wasn't feeling good, but she said she was going to try to make it. Everybody I know is sick right now. My daughter Katie was going to be here, but her daughter's sick. My husband just tested positive for COVID again. Iris isn't feeling good. Yeah, me either, Jenny. That's why I'll just talk a little bit like tonight, but other than that, I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, he's doing better. I was really worried about him last night. I thought I was going to have to make him go to the ER, but he's doing better today. So I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't have anybody on the mic with me tonight. Where is everybody? Oh, I'm relieved. Thank you so much, Lila, but I'm so relieved he's doing better now. Yeah, I know Irish wanted to say a lot about the Petito case. That's why we'll hold off and do that one last. I just don't know why anybody would want to encourage that constant darkness and drama and go in real life. I don't like that real life stuff. Oh, thank you, Bossy. I appreciate that. You know, I always worry about him because he's a transplant, so they get sicker with things than other people do. Oh, I'm so sorry, April. I think Carly's okay. I haven't heard from her. She told me she's had some personal stuff going on she was taking care of. So I'm hoping she's doing good. I'm hoping we'll see her back soon. I miss her. I think just so much of that stuff people got caught in the middle of, and it just went way too far. And people lost a lot of friendships over this stuff. And you know what I say? It's not worth it. That's a good point, Erin. They say they don't want the drama, then they feed the drama, then they complain about the drama. Yeah. And see, people keep telling me, oh, well, you don't understand because it's not you. And they should be able to fight back and say what they want to say. And you don't know how hard it is to be quiet. And I'm like, hello, do you know who you're talking to? I am the queen of icing somebody out. Don't tell me how hard it is. I know how hard it is. I could have made 100 videos about the drama that I had, and I would have made a lot of money off of it. But I didn't want it, and I didn't want to encourage it, and I didn't want the toxicity. Oh, yeah, I've seen all about that, Angela. Oh, I'm sorry, Valerie. I'm sorry to hear that. But so, yeah, I do know how hard it is not to answer everything somebody does to you. I get it. But it can be done. I know you don't understand because it's not you, but you're the gatekeeper. I know. It make sense. The thing is, if you keep answering it and it just goes on, and where does it ever end? And then it just gets ridiculous. Oh, thank you, Amir. You're so sweet. Thank you for that. I will say this, though. I have to say this. Because I've been watching this stuff with Chesh and Steve McRae. And y'all know I own, oh, excuse me, I got a cough. Y'all know I own a couple businesses, right? So I watch these videos of them having these business meetings, and I'm just astounded. I'm like, how do you pick 4 people that know nothing about a business They don't even know the right terms or the right. I just couldn't even believe it. I laughed so hard I almost peed myself. I'm telling you. Give me the popcorn. I know. I wish I could hand out popcorn to everybody. I wanted to tell Shesh and Steve 50% of nothing is nothing. Okay. Is your tea really popcorn? I listen, and then the mediator. Who was that? That was not a mediator. That was a friend of Steve's. And it's just, oh, I can't. And then they're talking about employees and subcontractors, and I'm like, this is not how any of this works. That is not how it works. And I know because I deal with this every day of my life. So I just, oh my gosh, I just couldn't even believe what I was hearing. There you go, Fire. You're probably a smart one not to have Twitter. Oh, you need some more buffalo breath? We just made some more. We have to make it like every other day. Just saying. Oh, I just I had all these thoughts and I should have written them down, but I didn't write them down. Now I kind of forgot. Maybe I forgot on purpose because it was all so silly. I know. Then the stream EKC and Tina did, and I was like, oh my God. Here's number one. In my opinion, EKC looked so uncomfortable, like she didn't want to do it and she didn't want to be there and she was over it. So I don't even understand. I'm like, I don't understand. And you saw what happened there, didn't you, Vera? But see, if you weren't on Twitter, you didn't see what happened. And that's what I said. What happened on Twitter later was like 300 tweets a day at me, that little bit of heat. I agree, Chris. It was a breakup I never saw coming either. I think they deserved each other. What I found interesting, though, and you guys know, I could go hard on both of them right now, but that's just not my style. So I'll stick to mostly facts. What I found so interesting is when people pointed out in her chat and said, what about all the people you went after and attacked for Steve and all the stuff you did? Are you sorry now? Are you going to apologize to any of them? And she would not answer any of those questions, but she would answer all the other silly ones. But she would not go into any kind of depth about her role and what she did to people over the years. And yeah, she could have gained a lot of respect from people if she would have womaned up for what she did, but that's just not going to happen. Hi, Sassy. I don't know, Valerie. I can't figure it out. I wish she was here and I'd ask her. I'd be like, why did you do that? Because, am I wrong? Didn't you guys think she looked really uncomfortable and like she really didn't want to be there? Oh, thank you, Vera. Like I've always said, a lot of people were afraid to stand up for me because when they come for you, they come for you. So, but it was a whole hot mess. And I have to say, if I hadn't lost Emily right after that happened, I probably would have had a way different reaction. But losing Emily in that whole thing, and I just was like, no. Which streamer? I'm talking about Shesh's live stream she did on her channel, talking about her and Steve breaking up. Ronnie, are you talking about EKC, a different title? She got a lot of heat for the title because they were saying that somebody verified it. He said he never verified anything. It's kind of a mess. Yeah, Vera's like, I am joyfully clueless and I don't want to know. I do think this though. I think Steve has put himself on an island because there's not all these people coming to do his work for him anymore, and I think he lost most of the people that were trolling for him. I know. That's what I was saying. You couldn't put 4 people in the mediation calls that know nothing about business, nothing. Not whoever the person was mediating, which I don't even know that person, but these people do not know about business. It's not how it's done. That's not how you do a meeting. It's not how you do a mediation. How Chesh and Steve worked for 2 years is not how anybody runs a business. Oh, no problem, Aaron. You're better to just stay out of it. Iris is here. I know, it's so silly. Yeah, I'm going to work for 2 years and now you owe me money. No, that's not how it works. And to say that trolling for Steve is PR, stop it. Do you see the link, Aaron, if you want to come up? How are you feeling? I'll put it in again if anybody. CJ said she was going to be here, but I haven't seen her yet. We're waiting. We're going to talk about the laundries or anything until you got here, Irish. You get what you pay for with that mediator. I've heard a lot of people say that, Chris. I've had a lot say they would love to see Aaron and I do a collab. I think we have so much in common. That's what makes me sad when she kind of went after me, because her and I have a lot in common. I was a bartender for like 6 years. I mean, we have a lot in common. No, they really didn't. And the worst thing, I think, when I totally tuned all of it out was when they said that I was making it up and nobody really died. And then they said I was using the death card for sympathy. That's how far these people will go. They don't have any human decency. Even though I give it to them, like I said, right now I could be like smashing them into the ground, but I just won't do it because that's not me. I will say they don't know a thing about business or running a business. I laugh every time somebody says this. Have some respect, people. A channel died for a second time. Damn it. Have some respect. Yes, Amir, they did say that. They did. As ugly and gross as it is, they did. Those Zoom calls, I was listening on 2 times speed and could hardly make it through. I don't know. It was a whole big mess. It was Irish and Chins helped me through it. Like I said, I was in a bad spot or I would have handled it better, I think. But losing Emily just did me in because y'all know Emily, I can't even talk about. Oh, I've always said EKC is a smart woman most of the time, except when it comes to Steve. And she has a great sense of humor. She makes me laugh. I just don't know what the thing is with Steve. Yeah, I think Irish is like, let's change the subject. Well, Hans, I don't think he is anymore. Like I said, I think he's an island unto himself now. Thank you, Valerie. You guys know what Emily meant to me and her family. And I was just talking to her aunt on Facebook yesterday. I agree, just saying, I agree. I don't know if any of you saw, but oh my gosh. He most valuable player for sure. But she ignored everything, so. It's hard being a hero. You are my hero, especially on Twitter too. I just laugh so hard. Irish, are you gonna come on the mic, Irish? I've got the what do you call it? The lawsuit papers. So we can share them on here. You guys have probably already seen them, but we've got them. Or Hans can take the lead. Anybody can come on the mic. Oh, thank you, Bossy. She did get to do a lot that last couple months when she was doing her bucket list. The Swanson papers. All I know about the Swanson thing was Salt's won the case again. So, hey, Irish, do you want to start on the Petito case? Or do you guys want to keep talking about Stephen Shesh? There was something else I wanted to say, though, about the business aspect. I should have taken notes. I will say this, too. I think it really hurt Aaron doing that stream. Because, I mean, you guys tell me, but I heard a lot of people that sub to her were not happy with it. Court Chop, I thought he just said he won the case and it's over, right? So they settled. Stephen Shesh, and she's laughing. Okay, let's go on to the Petito. Let me see if I can share screen. All money is to be distributed via duffel bags. I agree with that. That's my opinion too. Amanda's like, let's talk about Candus first. Was it Irish? Are you ready? Irish, say something. I lost her. Where is she? I'm scrolling back trying to find her. I know there's so many things to talk about. Sassy, I was talking about the live Erin did defending Steve. She did a live with Tina defending Steve. I thought it was so weird, though, when she was like, people are so mean to him and they pick on him. I'm like, hello, are we talking about the Steve McRae? Are we talking about the same person? These videos. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to talk about the Petito case with me, but that's fine if you don't want to. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I hate that she's feeling bad. Like I said, everybody I know is sick right now. Calling Steve a moron really insults morons. You were shocked by the mod chat. Why were you shocked by it? Oh, the mod meeting? I was just shocked by how clueless everybody is. And I got to say this too before we move on. A friend and I had talked about, I won't say who the friend is unless they want to, that we knew that money went to Kyle. We knew it. So when Chesh finally admitted that the money went to Kyle, I thought I just laughed so hard I peed myself because I knew that's what happened. I knew. I don't remember that part, Aaron, but oh God, I laughed so hard that, yeah, I knew that money went to Kyle. And can you imagine what Kyle thought when he got the money? Can you imagine? What do you think Kyle thought to himself when he saw that money go in his account? And I heard it was a pretty big sum of money because they had a lot of super chats. Now, I do think Steve should have to pay her half of all those super chats for sure, because that was his mistake. And she was a big part of getting those super chats. And I heard there was a bunch that night. I don't know. I'm not. I peeked in real quick tonight. He was doing a stream about being Catholic and Catholic tenets, even though he's not Catholic and admits that he knows nothing about being Catholic. I was like, okay, how does that work? Yeah, only in Steve's world. I don't think he gave Kyle $5K. Supposedly he spent $5K trying to get the channel back of his own money, besides what somebody paid for the lawsuit. I know, can you imagine forgetting to change the AdSense? And I'm not so sure he just forgot. Let's think about this. I'm not so sure. I mean, how do you forget? If you fought for a channel for 2 years, how do you forget to change the AdSense so that you get the money? Wouldn't that be the first thing you did? Yeah, exactly, Hans. Secure the cash register. Hi, Crispy. How do you fight in a lawsuit for that long to win a channel and not change the AdSense? It doesn't make any sense. You won't find out anything, Amanda, because he doesn't know anything. And whoever was on the live with him didn't know anything. They were both like, yeah, we don't even have a Catholic person on here, but let's talk about it anyway. Yeah, that was so crazy when he went the Roadhog way. But see, that's what ended them up in the place that they ended up, because none of them know how to run a business. They don't even know like business 101. So that's what happens. Well, Steve would have got the AdSense, but he didn't change the account. So the AdSense account was still in Kyle's name. See, you can only have one AdSense account. So what Steve, when he won the channel back, he would have had to go into his YouTube account, take Kyle's AdSense account out, and put his in, because he should already have one because he's got another channel. So he would have to go in, take Kyle's information out, put his in, get it approved, which you think you would do before you ever did even one live. You get that approved on there, right? So you made sure you got your money. And no, he did not. So they did that live. They took the live chats and it all went to Kyle. I don't know. I don't know, EKC. I don't know. That's, I see more people asking that. I wish she was here and she could answer. But yeah, I don't have any clue why. I don't think that's going anywhere. In my opinion, it's not a real lawsuit. Remember, Amir, it's a hip pocket suit. So it's not even in the court system. So if he doesn't actually file it by August, it disappears. Why would anybody show somebody their credit score? Yes, thank you, Aaron. And please be sure to hit the like, because certain people are hitting my videos and down thumbing them. So if you don't mind hitting the like button. Yes, you have to be creative with the cussy words, because YouTube's such a pain in the butt. Well, I've always said the reason Steve doesn't want a contract is because then he would have to do what the contract said. So if you don't have a contract at all, In my corner of the business world, that's known as a shady dealing. I'm just going to say it like it is. If you don't have a contract, it's because you don't want to be held to it. And you don't want anything in writing. Yeah. Yeah. She countersued him. So if he takes it to court and makes it a real lawsuit, he'll be, in my opinion, screwed. Because I think her case against him is way stronger than his against her. Crispy. Well, he didn't go to business school. We know that. And it was funny because I said a while back, he better stop throwing out that employee word because he could be in a world of trouble. Because an employee is a whole different thing, let me tell you. And then, when he kept talking about her taxes as a freelance subcontractor, her taxes, if she's a freelance sub, have nothing to do with Steve and is none of his business. That's their thing to take care of. He should never ask about it, wonder about it. It has nothing to do with him. I've had subcontractors that I've paid. I don't ask them how they're paying their taxes. It's none of my business. And the other thing I want to say before we go on to the Petito case, if you have employees, subcontractors, whatever, it doesn't matter if your business makes a profit or not. They get paid, right? This whole thing, I like to call it much ado about nothing because his business is worth nothing and 50% of nothing is nothing. How do people not understand this? Listen, Katie goes about her business, making her money. Do I agree with this, especially this news story she's doing? No, I don't agree with it at all. But you got to say, she just keeps going. She should pick an easier person like Ted Bundy. Yes, Ohio does too. It's very strict here. But I didn't finish my thought. When I said that on a live about he better stop throwing out employee, all of a sudden he quit and he was like, no, I meant subcontractor, not an employee. I was like, you can get yourself in some hot water, buddy. It's a big deal in Ohio too. I know. Exactly, Crispy. Exactly. It's like if you hired somebody to work on your house and then you started asking them about how they're going to pay their taxes. No, that's not how it works. He's been in Forbes twice. Hang on, I got to blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. I think the live they did, there was a lot of money in super chats. And nobody's really talking about that. So that first live was probably quite a bit more than 130. Somebody estimated they took in like 12 to 1,500 in super chats that night. So, but I think where the 130 came in was that's what the channel was making while it lay dormant. It was making like 100 to 130 a month just from views from old videos. No, I prefer to just blow my nose. Yeah, I did think that was really crappy. I almost did it. Really crappy of Steve to do that. But, there's no line he won't cross. This is what I tell people. You knew before there was no line he wouldn't cross. So why did Chess think he wouldn't treat her the same way. Come on. So he does that to make her uncomfortable. Yeah, it was a really crappy thing to do, but Jess should have expected it. And I didn't believe her tears on the one video. I don't. I just didn't. I think it was all an act. She calls herself a sociopath because she doesn't have feelings for anybody. And then all of a sudden she's in tears on a video. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what she's selling. No honor among thieves. That's for sure. Listen, if you're going to surround yourself with these people and you're going to do all this dirty work for them, you think they're not going to do the same to you? Come on. Yeah, what's that story? But the thing I thought was really funny, though, which is not funny, but funny, was that whole thing on Twitter where he ends up telling that story about his friend when that wasn't even what those women were talking about. Yeah, he's still making videos. Well, he did a live the other night. Oh, speaking, gas here, I think, is $4.39 a gallon. All right, so let me get these Petito papers up here. Ta-da! A mirror, he probably still hasn't. I don't know. I don't know. It's still suspicious to me that he didn't change it. It's so weird. I think Bossy, it was a minty. I gotta blow my nose again. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he had 14 live views on his last show. It's crazy. Hang on, I gotta mute again. I'm trying to make it bigger. Did that make it bigger? That's what I was wondering too, Valerie. Yeah, but that wouldn't make sense, just saying, because they had all those super chats. So there was a lot of money on that last payout. So have you guys all seen the lawsuit? The first page, I'm trying to get to where it really talks about. Hey, I made chocolate chip cookies. So basically what they're saying is that Brian Laundrie's mom and dad knew that he had murdered Gabby. Which story, Crispy? Oh, I think that was T-Spiracy that started the sister wife stuff. So funny. Supposedly he paid her something. Oh, I thought it was AZ that called them sister wives. I thought that was pretty good. What day? It says it in this. It says it is believed, and therefore a bird that honor about August 28th, Brian Laundry advised his parents, Christopher and Roberta, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito. On that same day, Christopher Laundry and Roberta spoke with their attorney, Steve Bertolino, and sent him a retainer September 2nd. So, that's pretty damning. I know, I should have used some nose spray before I came on here. And I know they're saying, too, that the $20,000 that was put in Brian's account was so he could leave the country. And then apparently they were too late. Yeah, so he told his parents the same day. And this is what, I don't know if you guys were in the live where we were talking about this case before. And that's when Irish came up with his dad old yellered him. And I about fell off my chair laughing because I've never heard that before. And my daughter Katie believed the same thing, and I didn't believe it, but now I kind of believe it. Yeah, a civil suit is not at all like a criminal suit. And a lot of people do a civil suit to bring out the information, and then sometimes it'll go to a criminal based on what they found out in the civil suit. Yeah, they put 20,000. That's that 20,000 they were trying to get back after they found their son dead and all that happened, and then they filed to get that $20,000 back. See, Aaron, that was a big thing for me too. And I know in that last slide, people were like, well, but we heard that it's not uncommon for somebody to use their less dominant hand. And I kept thinking, but that doesn't make sense to me. Because if you're going to do that to yourself, and we have to be careful how we say it, don't you want to make sure you do it right? Because you don't want to end up I have to be so careful. But you guys know what I'm saying. If you're going to do that to yourself, you want to make sure you do it right. So why would you use your less dominant hand? That makes no sense. None. Lila, I don't know what you're asking. Aaron, why though? K Baxter, why? No, let me see if it says it in these papers. Let me see if I can find the 20,000 in here. While Gabrielle Petito's family was suffering, the Laundry family went on a vacation to Fort DeSoto Park on September 6th to the 7th. In an effort to avoid any contact with Nicole Schmidt on or about September 10th, Roberta Laundry blocked Nicole on her cell phone so that neither phone calls, texts could be delivered. She blocked her on Facebook. On the 14th, with full knowledge that Gabby Petito had been murdered by their son, Roberta Laundry, through their lawyer, issued the following statement. I'm trying to find. I thought the 20,000 was in here. Okay, here's where it says on number 29. While Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt were desperately searching for information concerning their daughter, Christopher and Roberta were keeping the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie secret, and it is believed were making arrangements for him to leave the country. Christopher and Roberta knew of the mental suffering and anguish of Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt and knew they could alleviate, at least in part, such mental suffering and anguish by disclosing what they knew about the well-being and location of the remains of Gabby Petito, yet they repeatedly refused to do so. In doing so, they acted with malice or great indifference to the rights of Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt. So this doesn't really say the 20,000, but it does say they were going to help him leave the country. So I read that somewhere else that the 20,000 was put in his account to help him get out of the country, and that would make sense. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. Yeah, Brian was right-handed. The shooting thing went in place that made sense using the left hand, so I don't understand why some people questioned it. The Laundrie parents deposited $20,000 in Brian's bank account. Where was that stated? That's aiding and abetting. I'm trying to find where I read that. I thought it was in these papers, but I know we should get Hands to come up on the mic one of these days. In all fairness, they had a legal right not to say anything morally bad. Legally, they were under no obligation. I know every time Irish brings it up, I just about die. She knows if she wants to get me, she just says that. I had never heard that in my life until Irish said that. She said it in my Discord, and it set me off all over again. Yeah, the 20,000 was in his personal account, but remember when his parents filed to get that $20,000, you know that was their 20,000. There's no way that was Brian's. Do you all remember back when Bertolino first got something and Brian Laundrie was still alive? Wasn't there a major conflict if he did? I'm not good with abbreviations. Control F to search for the 20K. Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't think it's working. It isn't illegal for his parents to have helped him until he was charged with the credit card theft. Then it would be illegal. Just saying, agreed. The parents went to court to get a judgment that they could access Brian's accounts as executor of his estate. Mention of the parents depositing $20,000 is new to me. I'll have to try to find it. Y'all making me think I'm crazy now. Let me look real quick. See, that's why I need somebody else on the mic. So when I go look for these things, it's not just dead air. Let me look real quick. I can't find it. You can never find something when you're in a hurry. Ronnie said the grandparents deposited. Thank you, Aaron. I can't imagine, though, these people not answering Gabby Petito's parents' phone calls. Can you even imagine? That's so horrible. His dad gave him $20,000 for graduation. Let me look at something else, because I swear it was on the news or something today that. Still can't find it. The video explains the Brian Gunn thing. Sorry if I said it wrong. Profiling evil. February 17th. I'll have to look for that. I know. That's how I feel too. Even if they send an anonymous tip, something. Thank you, Ronnie. Let me know if you find it. I thought I read it on Twitter, but yeah, I don't see anything about it. Made sense to me when I read it because I was like, always wondered, how did Brian Laundry get $20,000? Because weren't they Irish? Maybe you could, weren't they always using Gabby's money when they were traveling? Oh, it was good seeing you, Mallory. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you, Aaron. Oh, well, you're not far from me, Crispy. I'm going by yesterday, though. I didn't go out today because the weather's bad and hubby's sick. And yeah, it makes no sense that if Brian Laundry had $20,000 in his account, that they were always needing money. Iris, what are your thoughts on that? That is a different situation. If you help someone leave the country, which they are legally allowed to do at that time, you're not doing anything legally wrong. Yeah, that's what I did, Amir, and I just keep getting the 20,000 that his mom and dad tried to get back after he died. I'm pretty sure it was Twitter where I read that they had deposited the 20,000 so he could get out of the country. Can somebody check Twitter? Yeah. I mean, if he's sitting on 20 grand, why is he using her credit cards? It just doesn't add up. The Sun reported that they discovered he had 20,000 as a bank account from the notebook. Iris is, she's like, I don't know what any of you are talking about. I haven't heard anything about this $20,000. Somebody knows where the 20,000 came from. I mean, it's an investigation, so it had to come up, right? Maybe they're just not telling us. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's why they went after him. The credit card thing was an easy way to hurry up and arrest him if they found him. I get that. But the fact is he still used them. Why would he use her cards knowing it would trace back to him if he was sitting on $20,000? It makes more sense to me that that 20,000 was put in after he murdered Gabby. But I'm not saying this as a fact because now I can't find where I read it. But that would make sense. So his parents would put that money in an account and try to get him out of the country, but then couldn't. He used her credit card as an alibi to make people think she was alive. See, I thought he just used it to get back, to come back, that he didn't have any money to get back. I know they were quick to want that money once they found his remains, they were really quick to file wanting that 20 grand. Because they went and proved that he had no debts and that they could have that 20,000. Which is odd, I think, how fast they wanted that money back. I say back because I feel like it was their money, but I can't prove it because now I can't find where I read it. See, it's still, 29 says it is believed they were making arrangements for him to leave the country. So, to make arrangements for somebody to leave the country, the biggest thing is you got to get money to him and a passport. I know they always made it sound like whenever they were out of money, they were calling Gabby's parents, right? Am I right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Because I know it's been a while. See, that's what I remember. It was all Gabby's money. He didn't have a job. She saved up all year so they could do the trip while he walked around barefoot doing nothing. I mean, can they be in trouble for? Well, obviously, they think they can prove that the parents were making arrangements to get him out of the country because it's in the lawsuit. Discovery should be really interesting. Juju said, I thought he worked at Publix. But I don't think he had worked there in a while, did he? Let's look too. I have a statement made by their attorney today. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me try to find it. Oh, I had it right here on the computer, and now I can't find it. Where did it go? Yeah, it just doesn't add up to me, Crispy. If he had that money sitting in his account, why? Because I know there was something about they kept run out of money a couple times and called Gabby's dad to send him more money, right? Yeah, I hadn't heard that she couldn't drive the van. I wish my Katie was here because she knew a lot about it too. I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh, you could see how low her self-esteem was in those videos with the police. Makes me want to cry watching those. How is he going to spend $20K and not get traced caught? Well, if he got out of the country and then they traced it, it wouldn't matter. I don't know. Oh, I don't think they're going to settle. I don't think this is about money at all. I think it's about getting all the information about what they did and didn't do. I don't think the Petitos care about the money at all. I think this is their way of getting Brian Laundrie's parents to pay for their part in what happened to their daughter. We need to know how that money got there. I want to know how that money got there. When I read it, I swear it was on Twitter. It made perfect sense to me because I always wondered where that 20,000 came from. which I never knew about till they filed to get the 20,000. And it was really soon after his remains were found. And I remember thinking, would you move that quickly when your son's remains were just found and you're so worried about this $20,000? That seemed odd to me too. I mean, not that you wouldn't eventually ask for it, but it seemed really quick at the time. Yeah, but we still don't know how he got the 20,000. If it's in his notebook, that would lead me even more to believe that his parents put it there. But is it just me? Oh, you never heard about the 20,000. No, I don't remember him sending a pizza, but I do remember reading that there was several times they ran out of money and her dad had to send it to him. Oh, okay, gotcha. I will go check. Oh, it says link is invalid. Let me try again. That link won't work, darn it. No, the money must have been there because his parents filed in the court to get that 20,000 once his remains were found. Maybe that's where I saw it. Brian Inton. I wish they'd show the notebook. I know Katie and Irish always said that the parents knew exactly where he was and where the notebook was, and that they pretty much let him right to it. Thank you, Amir. I hope I'm saying your name right. See, that's when my Katie and Irish were saying that they thought his dad old yellered him, and that's why they knew where the remains were, etc. And at the time, I told Irish and my daughter Katie that that was just too far out there. I could never believe that. And now I believe it. Without proof, that's purely speculation. If the parents deposited $20,000, the FBI would have found it. I think the parents planted the white waterproof bag with the notebook. No worries, Crispy, no worries. I'm still trying. I had the other news statement by the Petito's attorney today, and now I can't find it on my computer. And I got it here. Oh, here it is. Let me see. Why isn't it showing up? Let me know if you guys can see that. Brian apologizes to lying to them, therefore clearing them of having any knowledge of Gabby's murder and location. Do you mean that's in the notebook? Well, this is Petito's attorney's statement today. Petito-Laundry murdered Gabby Petito in Wyoming on August 27th while they were on a cross-country trip. Gabby and Brian were engaged to be married and would have been part of the Laundry family. This meant nothing to Christopher and Roberta Laundry after their son ended Gabby's life. We believe Christopher and Roberta became aware of Gabby's murder on August 28th. There were multiple conversations between Brian, his parents, and their lawyer, Stephen Bertolino, before Brian left Wyoming on August 30th. Christopher and Roberta had multiple opportunities to discuss to Joe, Nicole, or the authorities that Gabby was no longer alive and to direct them to her body. Instead, Christopher and Roberta Laundry showed callous indifference to the suffering of Gabby's family and compounded her family's anguish, pain, and suffering by their actions. For this, Christopher and Roberta must be held accountable. I didn't even know that, Irish. Yeah, I wish we knew when the money was deposited. It just seems so weird how that 20,000 came up. I was trying to find the date that they asked for that money. They filed the petition in Sarasota County Court on December 8th. Brian Laundry's parents rushed to court to collect $20,000 he left behind after taking his own life. Yeah, so this says it was only like 2 weeks after that they moved to get that 20,000. Yeah, I don't think this lawsuit is about the money at all. I think they just had to throw a monetary amount on there. I just think they want to hold them accountable, and I think they're trying to get more information. Kind of the same thing with the O.J. Simpson thing where they sued him in civil court. Of course, they do get any money he makes, but he doesn't make any. Whereas they wanted to make sure, too, he could never profit off their daughters. Because it seems odd to me that you just found your son's remains and then you rushed to court to get his bank account. It's just odd. It would not be in my mind if I had just found out my son was dead and found his remains to go to court and try to get the money that was in his account. I mean, 20,000 is a good bit of money, but as a parent, that wouldn't be what I did in the first couple weeks after finding my son's remains. Let me know if anybody else thinks it's odd. I always thought it was odd. I know. See, that's me, Crispy. It's just odd to me. It's like, how did he suddenly have $20,000? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Deborah, I wish we knew the date the money was deposited. They are odd people for sure. I know. I remember at the time when they filed for it, thinking, Brian Laundry had $20,000 in an account. Where did that come from? I'm going to look on Twitter one more time and see. I still don't see it. The problem is anytime you put in the 20,000, it just wants to bring up either the reward money or the parents filing for the 20,000.
What you doing?
I'm live.
Oh, you're live?
Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, Bossy, say hi to Kyle. See, bad I don't have the camera on.
I was gonna, ask you a couple questions and whatnot. All right, I'll leave you alone.
I'll get you when I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, Bossy, but when you do that, it just keeps apparently there was a $20,000 reward, and then it keeps bringing up the parents filing for the 20,000. Bossy got all excited. Hello, Kyle. Now he already walked back out again. Oh, Amir said hi too. He's wanting to do a live with me. Probably see him soon. Wow, I didn't know that, just saying. Not only did he have 20,000 in his account, he roped Gabby into depositing her vlogging revenue into his account. See, I did too, Crispy, but now I'm believing it. Now it doesn't seem so far-fetched. Bossy. Oh, you're so funny. Crispy says, I thought I was too far gone about the old yeller. Now I believe it too. See? I don't know. I could almost see a father doing it, a certain type of father. Obviously, his parents are not the like emotional, touchy feely type, right? I mean, they just don't come across that way to me. Hey, Lila, I'm reading your comments, but I'm not going to read them out loud just because of YouTube. I just don't know why you would do that, though. Why would you ever use your non-dominant hand? It just doesn't even make sense to me. Yeah, the laundry's come off as very cold. I mean, even when they were looking for him, they didn't seem emotional at all. But I get, none of us knows what we would do in that position. It was a very odd position to be in, but I would never be cold like that. Yeah, it is devastating. It's just so heartbreaking. If the parents gave him $20,000 after September 1st, then it would be all over every news channel. It would have been discovered back in December when they filed. Well, I don't know, Irish. What do you think they're referring to then when they said that his parents were trying to help him get out of the country? I mean, you would think it would have already come out, but I could see where maybe it hadn't. I don't know. Planet Popcorn? Who is Planet Popcorn? No, no, no. We don't be bringing up other popcorn. I'm teasing Crispy. Kind of. Oh, no, don't be sorry. You're not interrupting anything. You're fine. I just wanted to let you know why I wasn't reading them out loud. You are fine. I was wanting to read them out loud, but I was afraid, YouTube. You got to be so careful. It's so stupid. Old Jeller. Don't get me started on that again. Gosh, I just can't imagine, but maybe. I know, I'm just joking about the popcorn thing. Well, they're alluding to something. That line 29 I read you where it says that Brian Laundrie's parents were trying to help him get out of the country. So they've got to know something that they actively did to try to help him get out. I mean, you would think they'd be smarter about it, like Peterson's parents, where they gave him cash, passports. That would have been smarter, but then Peterson got pulled over with all that cash in his car, and that didn't look funny. You're fine. No, I've never heard of Planet Popcorn. I only know about damn good popcorn. Maybe Gabby's parents had a private detective the whole time. I've never even heard of that, but I'm sure there's a lot of channels I don't know about. At Crispy, I never said there wasn't 20,000. Obviously, there is 20,000. His parents went to court to gain access to it. I'm saying claims that his parents deposited it is pure speculation. What kind of channel is it? Now you guys got me curious. The problem is I read so much all the time. I should have marked it or something where I read. It just made sense to me when I read it today when it said that was they're trying to get him out of the country was part of the 20,000. But yes, it's speculation because I can't remember where I read it. Sorry. Irish did call it. Her and my daughter Katie, they insisted the whole time. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Popcorn Planet is a current events channel. Really good channel. Speaking of Scott Peterson, we were talking about that on Twitter too with Irish's friend Jennifer. But like I keep saying, I don't feel like he got a fair trial, and he's got to get a fair trial. He'll get convicted again, but I do think he'll get a new trial. Thank you, Aaron. Oh, I was going to give away some t-shirts tonight. I meant to take a picture of them. I have 3 t-shirts left that say damn good popcorn and pop it like it's hot on the back. And the only 3 I have left are 2X. Oh, I know you are. I think it's funny. It cracks me up, Bossy. I think it's cute. Kyle loves it. We're going to put him on camera. Yeah, I agree with you. What's he going to do with nobody to sponge off of, right? I think for a while people gave Brian Laundry way too much credit. You know, when they kept saying, oh, he could be living out in the wilderness for months because he's so good at it. And oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Somebody said that one of them did, Crispy. Somebody said earlier one of them passed away. Let me see. How should we give away the t-shirts tonight? I have to think of a way. No, you're not going too far. I think it's hilarious. We all like to joke and have fun here. Especially it's hard when you're talking about topics like Gabby Petito's case because it's so sad. You got to have some relief. It was Tracy. That's sad. Man, I wish I could find where I read that. But I guess we'll figure something out. It'll come out in the next couple days or it won't, right? I mean, for sure, they think that. See, I'm going to read it again. It says Christopher Laundry and Roberta Ryan Laundry's secret, and it is believed we're making arrangements for him to leave the country. Oh, yeah, Aaron, get with me. I was just helping somebody else with their machine. Email me at damngoodpopcorn@gmail.com and I can help you there. Email me and tell me what kind of machine you have and what floss you're using, and I'll help you out. I'm hoping Kyle's going to make some videos on how to make cotton candy because we get so many people asking us. Because I have a damn good popcorn YouTube channel that has hardly nothing on it. So I'm hoping Kyle's going to take that over and start putting some content on there. Because we get asked all the time about how do you get your cotton candy so fluffy and yada, yada. I'm breaking up. Let me know if it's okay now. If y'all weren't here for the first live, that was terrible. I don't know. They say YouTube's been messing up for a couple days. Oh, we quit doing the sweet and spicy cashews. They didn't sell like the sweet and spicy pecans do. So now we just do the pecans. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be smart to do that. Emily T. Baker went in his channel after her live, sent all the law nerds there, and he turned on members only. Why would you do that? That would be crazy. Oh, thank you, Crispy. We work really hard at it, so I love it when people like what we're doing. I love it. Send a sympathy bouquet of popcorn to Steve. Oh, it's tempting just to be ornery, but I couldn't send something that good to Steve. I just can't. Even though that would be hilarious. I can't do it. Oh, I'm sorry, Amir. You know, if you talk to Kyle and schmooze him, he might make you some. You never know. I don't know why the pecans, like cashews sell better than pecans, but the spicy ones, they only want pecans. And the funny thing is, I brought back frosted almonds because people kept asking me for almonds. And I said, we quit making almonds because they just don't sell. So I brought them back, and now they're just not selling. I do too. I might have to think about that. Popcorn flowers, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that would be a real slap in the face to her. If she brought that many people over, why in the heck would you turn on members only? I don't like that members only stuff. What is the most popular flavor? Caramel pecan, extra cheddar, and dill pickle. That's the top 3. I should bring him back in here. Let me see if he's out in the living room. I know, Crispy, I couldn't waste it on him. I know, we got to talk about Candus. These weird videos. Did you see the video she put on about the Hollywood Walk of Fame or whatever? What is she doing? I thought she'd need to be finding her daughter, right? See, I just think that's crummy, though. That's a crummy way to get members. I bet she was mad. That's just a crappy way to go about it. I'm not a big fan of that members thing and the levels and nah. What? I don't want to do that to people. Be like, oh, you stood by me and helped me grow my channel, but now you're going to have to pay a membership fee. It just doesn't sit well with me. But, other people can do whatever they want. No way. Is she really? Yes, Candace has her own YouTube channel now. And it kind of makes me sick because she's already, well, last time I looked, she was at 10,000 subs. Irish, do you know what she's at now? And she posts the most creepiest stuff about her daughter and then stupid videos that have nothing to do with anything. My thing is, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, use it to find your daughter, right? Or get information. And what I think has happened is the YouTube fame has gone to her head. And she knows anything she posts is going to get a ton of views. So she's just going to keep posting nonsense and get all these views and make money instead of looking for her daughter, which so pisses me off. Oh, can you tell? It's under Candace Bly. Oh, I'm sorry, Crispy. It freaked me out too. I was so upset the first time I watched it. I was like, who does that? Who? Who would make a video like that with that song? That was so sick. Yeah, and she's always drunk. And in my opinion, she's often drunk and high. Just remember, this whole video is just my opinions. I don't. Have you watched her videos, Crispy, and her lives? They're just too bizarre. Yeah, I cannot believe the money people are sending her. Stop sending her money. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to get in trouble. In my opinion, people should not send her money. Yeah, and her channel's just, I don't know, a week or so old. I think she saw that Benny guy making all that money off her, and so she decided she'd open her own channel. And all these people are trying to tell her how to do it, and she didn't know how to make moderators, and it's just a whole hot mess. A hot mess. Her videos are just bizarre. But it pissed me off too, because in the beginning, so many people were being like, "Oh, I love you, Candus," and I guess she's going to start selling dream catchers or something. And then people were asking where they could send her money, and I'm like, "Why would you send her money? Why?" It's ridiculous. And then somebody said, "Oh, she needs money to fix her house up so she can get her boys back." In my opinion, she's not getting those boys back. That's not going to happen. I hope not. Yeah, she must have added a couple thousand since the last time I checked. I know. That whole thing with her and Benny is the most bizarre thing. I went down that rabbit hole because I saw CJ and Irish talking about it. And so I was like, oh, okay, I got to go see this. And then I was like, holy cow, what did I just see? She needs to check herself into rehab, get counseling. Yeah. That live with her and Benny, I was just like, this is disgusting. Oh, she's clean for a few days? Yeah, I just got to be careful just in case. But I don't think Candus will be watching this. But if you do, you need to get yourself to rehab. I'm leaning towards an accident that they covered up. That's what I'm leaning towards. You don't want to, Crispy. It's a hot mess. Hot mess. He's using her for the money. That's all he's doing. Somebody said then people were sending him money because he said he was going to go fix up her house. I don't know. Iris, what's your theory on that? What do you think happened? Do you think it was an accident that they covered up? I kind of feel the same way about it like I do the Ramseys. I think the parents were involved. I don't think it was on purpose, but then I think they went and can't bring themselves out. She's getting her house together, which is good. She's been putting up drywall and stuff. See, I don't know what happened, and I hate to judge. I get that. I hear you, Crispy. I just see it. It's hard to put into words. I just see her doing so many things that have nothing to do with fighting. If she's really doesn't know where her daughter is, why isn't she doing more to find her? I see all these other parents beg on TV. If you know anything, please contact the TBI. If you have her, or, Summer, I love you. If you don't see her doing any of these things. And that bothers me a lot. Oh, that Molly Go Lightly and Bullhorn Betty. Oh, yuck. I wonder if that's the one I was watching, Irish, because they were both so high, in my opinion. I haven't heard that theory, Juju. I don't think she's going to get him back until they find out what happened to Summer. Because here's the thing, if the FBI thinks the parents had anything to do with it, those other kids are not coming back. Because they have to protect them. So if there's any question, you know what I'm saying? Well, CPS was coming out, right? Yeah, Iris, that picture, they look blue to me, which means a lack of oxygen. Yeah, you cannot continually go on YouTube high, in my opinion, and think you're going to get your kids back. That's not how any of it works. And if you think they don't know about our videos, I'm sure they've got all of them. See, I had read, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read that CPS was coming out the following week or something to do a visitation. I just feel like every time I watch our videos, I was like, this is not a mother trying to find her daughter. I just get so frustrated. Well, that's what they say, but I don't know, Crispy. I think they did, in my opinion, maybe more partying than. And then did you guys see Critical K made a channel again? Oh my gosh. She had somebody on that was supposed to be a friend of Grandis. And I call BS on the whole thing. I think that whole live video she did was a setup. Now they'll come after me. I don't care. Because I don't think. Did anybody watch Critical K's new video on this with the lady that called in that's supposed to be a good friend of Grandis? Did you watch it, Irish? And how does Critical K keep getting back on YouTube? Oh gosh, I don't think there was any intruder, Crispy, but we're going to do a whole live on the Ramsey case one night. We're getting there. I know, just saying. And I'm surprised this one's still up. Last I checked yesterday, it was still up. Last time YouTube shut her down pretty quick. This one's been up, I think, a week now. Oh, crispy. Well, even if the police tell you that, though, I always go back to, no, I can't remember his name again. The one that lost his son, but he always tells parents, whatever you can do to keep your kid's name in the media, do it. Keep everybody looking for your kid. Keep your kid's name on everybody's lips. Keep going to the media, ask them, do you have information about my daughter? Does anybody know? Do you know anything? She's not doing any of these things. Crispy, I thought that, but then you see she can be clever like a fox when you watch some of her videos, because I thought that initially too, that she was slow, but then I see her do other things and I think that could be a little bit of a cover, right? I only watched it because I was so shocked. Number one, she was back on YouTube. And then I was shocked her saying she had this great friend of Candus on there that was going to spill the beans about all this stuff. And it's just the weirdest live, because this poor lady, she's older, you can tell. And Critical K kind of gets her, messed up. And she says, well, let me look at my notes. And then Critical K is like, don't get distracted. Just keep reading your notes. The whole thing was so weird. John Walsh. Thank you. John Walsh. He's got a whole website with what to do if your child goes missing. And oh, let me look. I didn't see a joke. I still don't see it. Am I not going back far enough? The comments go by so fast, even though there's not that many in here. The funny thing is we had a lot more when we were talking about Shush and Steve. You quit talking about the YouTube drama and everybody leaves. Not everybody. I just meant that as a joke. Yeah, the Notes Critical Case Center. That's what I feel like. I think she'd send her what to say and here. I know this whole true crime thing on YouTube's getting too crazy. I've been watching this other one on Twitter with these other ones that were looking for the boy that went missing, and that's a hot mess. And this is what it said. YouTubers should not become part of the story. You report the story, talk about the story like we do, but you don't become a part of the story. No, I totally. Hey, Crispy, you are fine. You can have opinions different than mine, and we're good. That's what makes life interesting. I feel so bad for those boys. Oh, I got you. I got it now. That's what I hate, though, because so many people think we're the same person. It pisses me off because Kay's not even her real name. Her real name is Karen. It's like, oh, it irritates me so much. And oddly, though, I've done a few videos on Critical K, and they're all like trending this week. Like they're getting all the views this week, I think, because people are wondering how she got back on YouTube. So all those old videos I made about her getting a ton of views and comments again, it's kind of funny. I don't know why didn't she use her name Karen? I wanted to ask her, how was that $100 fine by the judge? I'm sorry I missed it. That was cute and funny. So there you go. She's not a fit mother right now, but maybe she could be. I don't know, but I just hate to think of those boys being separated and they would be 3 teenage boys. Here's my thing though, Crispy. If you were going to get your crap together and be a good parent, wouldn't that have been now? I don't know. Because obviously, in my opinion, she was using before Summer went missing. So you would think her going missing and then her boys being taken away would be enough to make you get your shit together and get clean and live a better life. So if that doesn't do it, I don't know. So conflicted. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look for it. Are you talking about Critical K, Juju? I don't know. She's back on YouTube, but usually as soon as she opens the channel, it gets shut down again. But this last channel's been up for about a week. So I'm hoping. Vera, that's what I was talking about. That lawsuit's still going. And when I checked last week, she got a $100 fine by the judge for not showing up to a phone meeting. I wish it had been 1,000, but it was 100. But she's not making points with the judge. When you're pissing the judge off like that, that's never good. Yeah, it's called, well, I shouldn't even promote it and tell you what it's called, but see, Steve did that on purpose. He did it on purpose. Yeah. She had a lady on that was supposed to be a good friend of Candus's mother, Candus. Aaron says, I agree. I do have compassion even for convicted. I do too. I have compassion for everybody, but I don't know. When kids are involved, just ticks me off so bad. Yeah, there's so much. I agree, Aaron. There's so much to this story. I'm going to have to watch it too, and then we'll get together and talk about it. I love Keith Morrison's voice. The neighbor said she is the town hoe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, send it to me. Send it. I've been trying to keep, I did that video about the Dr. Husel trial, and the nurses were on the stand the other day, and I didn't get to watch it. Dang it. I just wonder where this whole thing with Summer Wells is going to end up. It just breaks my heart. Which one, Vera? The Husel trial is still going. I call him Dr. Death. Monday nights on NBC. Keith Morrison is the best storyteller, for sure. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You can choose him as your voice. Candus has been catfished quite a bit. She has a need to be rescued, told she's beautiful, and desperately wants a man to financially take. Yeah. You can see that when she's interacting with Benny. I totally agree. And the Wagner case, they had an update this week. Any of you remember the Roden murder trials I've been talking about? Bedtime stories with Keith Moore. I'd be into that too. Yes, Candus is Summer's mom, Candus Bly. So on the Wagner case, some of you remember they killed 8 family members of one family here in Ohio. The one brother is saying that he shouldn't be charged and given the death penalty because he didn't actually shoot anybody. And I'm like, that's not how it works, because you were in all the planning, you helped, you did all this stuff. You're just as guilty. And that's how I feel about that. Irish, I think they're just watching Candus to see what she's going to do. What do you think? I think they watch everything she's doing. And Dawn's in prison, so. Yeah, that's the one here in Ohio where it was over a custody dispute. So the kid, his mom, his dad, and his brother went and wiped out 8 family members because he didn't want to share custody. Oh, you were born at Mount Carmel? See, my husband was there several times. Thank God he didn't have Dr. Husel. I think they'll probably put it depends on how his trial turns out. I can't imagine he's going to get off, but Jose Baez is his attorney, so we didn't think Casey Anthony would get off either. But this is Ohio, this is not Florida, so hopefully. I really wanted to hear what the nurses said. I think they were on the witness stand Thursday and Friday, but I was too busy at work. Oh, that's true. So many people want to deplatform and cancel certain people, and I think if that happens, what are they going to talk about? The only one I've really been for canceling is Critical K, because she's so horrible to these victims of true crime, and they shouldn't have to live through the crime in the first place and then live through her. I mean, what she did to that family, Shanann Watts' family, was so evil and so despicable, and she's one of the few I really think should be deplatformed. And she was, and now she's back. Yeah, the thing with this whole Wagner Roden trial is they took out 8 family members, and he involved his entire family, because I still feel like the grandmother was involved too. But she's got enough money to keep herself out of it. Oh, I'm so sorry, BTU. I'm so sorry. Good night, Aaron. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I gotta leave soon too. Her lawsuit's still going, Crispy? I looked it up. There wasn't much movement in it other than she missed a phone conference call and got fined $100 by the judge. Yeah, I don't think there's any way he's going to get off, but you never know with a jury, right? In my opinion, he's a serial killer and was killing patients. He says he was helping them. No. I wish my daughter Katie was here. We'll have to do it because she used to work as a nurse at Mount Carmel and she knows way more about this from a nurse perspective. So we'll have to do a live with her on the Husel case. I think it's got another week. They're predicting another week. So maybe we can do a live on that when the trial ends. Yeah, Dr. Husel is a Columbus, Ohio doctor that was overdosing patients on fentanyl. No, she did not know him. Yeah, I absolutely think he murdered those patients. That's why I said, so many people say, oh, he was an angel of mercy. He was helping these people out. No. That's not what you want. That's a slippery slope. You don't want your doctor doing that because not all of these people were dying. Some of them were expected to recover until he overdosed them on fentanyl. It'll be really interesting to see how that turns out. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. It's getting past my bedtime. Thank you all for coming tonight. Y'all comment when the replay comes up, and I'll pick some winners for the t-shirts. Now, again, they're all size 2X. That's all I have. So if you get a shirt, it's going to be a size 2X. So make a comment, and I'll use the little comment thing to pick 3 winners for t-shirts. Now, remember, if you win, you have to email me your shipping address. Never worry about it. I've been dealing with addresses and shipping for 12 years, so you have nothing to worry about. Thanks, Just Saying. Thanks, Ronnie. Bossy. You guys all have a great rest of your weekend. Oh, yeah, don't forget to spring forward. Yeah, but Irish, at least he had their consent. These people asked him to do it. Good night, you guys. Thank you all so much.